Alright, so I'm doing something that I don't know why it's been taking so long to update, but did you know that the #1 search term for Grand Cross on YouTube is Grand Cross Anvil Farm? That might be why you're clicking on this video. It's the #1 searched term for Grand Cross on YouTube. And after Super Awakening 5, it's been easy 1000+ gems with my anvils. Oh, imagine for the gems. Anvils with this method that I've been using. Now, I've been switching around and trying out new stuff every now and then for the anvils. Of course, we can only really try once a week, really. But this has been the most consistent with the auto, because yes, I can be a psychopath and play for an hour straight of just monotonously playing the anvil farm, which would grant me way more anvils, but again, I'm not a psychopath. If you are a psychopath and you want to do that, nice, because that will grant you way more, especially if you're free to play. If you have the brain capacity, I don't have the attention span to play the event for 1 hour straight, doing the exact same thing for a straight hour, good on you, do it. If you can't though, I'm going to show you what's the best one for auto, and some of the other ones that are also good for auto but less consistent, and what's like the best for actually just playing straight. But this is the team that I have been using recently. This is the only use for Festival King in the game. The only use for Festival King in the game. And this team on auto does grant me 1000+ anvils consistently easy. 1200, 1300 sometimes, if I get very lucky. I had 10. I had 10 clocks on global. And I did try this team out on global. Unfortunately, my king on global is 2-6, so he wasn't as good, but he still granted me like easy 1000 anvils. It's just, this is a very consistent team. It's very good for auto. For just manually playing, I prefer either using Lost Vein here, Lost Vein Meliodas, or Sauriel. Sauriel though, I was pretty into using Sauriel on auto, but I realized that he's very inconsistent. I would have runs that would get like 600 anvils, which you definitely don't want, right? If there's a discrepancy between having runs that you have like 1,600 and having runs that you have 600, that's definitely something that you don't want. It just comes very much to RNG. Or Shin. You could also use Shin, but he hasn't been the greatest on auto as well. It's decent results as well, if you just don't have these units with ult levels up and stuff like that. But this is the absolute best team for anvil farming. You do want to use Green Golfer. If you don't have Green Golfer, the red one is, still very good. The rank ups are what matters most. The auto does use rank ups. But Green Golfer is ultimately better. Now, again, if you are a psychopath, I don't blame you. You can play this for an hour straight and it will give you better results. I prefer playing on auto because I'm not a psychopath. And yes, I do still use, I am going to continue using my things on anvils. The Super Awakening one, it's just, you get so little out of it. If you like really need Super Awakening coins, the Super Awakening one is also pretty decent, but I do prefer the anvil. I do also do it in the highest difficulty. Some people ask what's the best difficulty for it. It might be best for some people to doing lesser, but yeah. So I put attack food always. Like food is just don't worry about food, okay? Always attack food and then put on auto. Now, I'm not going to play this first one. I'm going to play one of them so you see how fast you can actually beat by actually playing. Again, like a psychopath. But again, usually I have this on my phone, because right now I'm on my computer, right? You can see my mouse. I usually just, if I'm like playing Warzone, that's what I've been playing mostly recently, or something like that, I'm doing something else on the computer, I usually let my phone do it. That's what I've been doing. Again, I had 10 on global because I completely forgot about doing them on global. So I just let like a bunch of them flow on my phone just while I'm playing something else on my computer. But yeah, this has been the most effective team. Again, the the only use for Festival King in the whole game. But at least he has a use, you know? I actually tried this with Merlin, you know, Festival Merlin. Oh, it's not like he actually ranked up himself. Sometimes, you know, auto gopher can be very stupid. What was I saying? I tried this with Merlin. She wasn't very good. Like, Merlin's a fantastic unit for PvP, but she just wasn't the greatest for this stage in particular. I mean, she's pretty decent in PvE, but Festival Merlin is most definitely a PvP unit. Alright, let's hope that the auto uses a king card. Auto, man. Watching auto is the most, like, dreadful thing. Like, actually. This is why I just put it on my phone. I toss the phone across the room. I don't have to see it ever. It's just watching the game auto. You just question why are you doing such things, you know? If you are, you know, a more recent player, or if you started playing the game when Global came out, basically, you wouldn't know. JP in the beginning had even worse auto, if you can believe that. Like in the beginning, they tuned up auto a few times to make him like better. It used to be so much worse, you have no idea. Like the character, like you put in attack mode, and if you had Lilia, because a lot of us would use the Pierce team, if you had Lilia, they would always heal. They would use like 3 heals in a row, and you'd be like, bro, I'm in attack mode. Why are you doing this? Yeah, this is a very bad run. It's unfortunate that it's the run that I'm recording. My auto just completely stopped, like didn't decide to choose King at all. King is actually the most important unit in the team, and he wasn't even used. But let me just play one, just so you can have a better idea of how it should go. King is the most important unit in the team. His ultimate is absolutely insane for the second run. Like again, you could use Lost Vein. Lost Vein is fantastic. But King is ultimately the best unit, like in general here. So, of course, Escanor is fantastic with his ultimate as well. But most of it, I use rank ups on Escanor to just do like big boy attacks while I'm charging up King to get his ultimate for the second round. Unfortunate. Okay. King is not having a time to shine. It's really unfortunate. Because of course I'm gonna have to do this, right? Get my my ultimate for Escanor. Really unfortunate. I'm gonna just start the next phase with Escanor's ultimate. I didn't get any extra King cards. Ultimately, I wanna, you know, take as least time possible in the first phase while also prepping a King ultimate for the second phase to ult here with King and basically end it. That's the idea. So ult with Escanor here. Let's combine cards and attack again. Of course, it will always work best if you have a 6/6 Escanor, but can't really ask everyone to just have one. You know, this is not how things work. And that's a run completed. Again, ultimately, you want to have the King ultimate for the second phase, because King's ultimate is maybe the hardest King ultimate in the game. If you're like, if you have 3 opponents and all of them take the hit, it's a big hit, you know. All right. Let's hope next run. Alright, we can go for this. This is a kill on one of them. And didn't get any King cards, so instead I'm gonna hold on to the to those 2 King cards. I killed this one because he had an attack skill, meaning that he would take time to, you know, do it. I could kill the other one, he had 2, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I got 2 King cards, it's good. That means that I you know, can get the King ultimate. But I also can get the Escanor ultimate, which I will. And this. But yeah, I am gonna go to the second phase now with King's ultimate, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want. Let's kill this guy, and then second phase just start off with King's ultimate, and we're ready to finish it, pretty much. Don't want to waste any time ranking up right now. Only really want to rank up if I know I'm gonna have like a level 3 Escanor skill. If not, it's kind of pointless. Again, you could just do this for an hour, but oh boy. Really don't want to do this for a whole hour. Okay, you do this. And then next turn, they're dead. And you can continue. Pretty simple. Now, yeah, this is the team that I use, basically. I'm losing time here. I just want to make a quick outro because there were like... I said this in the previous video, there's like dogs now in the neighborhood and they're barking all the time. It was so loud, I just couldn't even talk. But yeah, basically this is the team that I use. You can switch out King for... the dog. Oh my god, this dog. It's pissing me off, man. I guess I had a dog and he would bark all the time, and then I moved and I was like, oh, they have no dog barking anymore, but it's back. You can switch for Shin or Lost Fame, but ultimately, not the most free-to-play friendly thing ever, but this is just because, you know, people keep asking me, how do you get so many anvils? How do you get so many anvils out of the anvil key thing? And this is how. It's just very consistent for auto, and it works out good. So, yeah, good luck. And if you can't replicate the team, something similar, you know, just... And you don't have to get like 1,000 anvils every time you do it. You don't have to, especially if you're beginning the game. You progress through the game and you get to a certain point where you're going to be, you know, achieving better things than previous. So that's it.